All right. So now that I've told you what team I'm on and asked you what team you was on, and actually explained why we should probably have a different team than either of these men. However, I think Trump is the best option moving forward. But the MAGA party tomorrow, Trump was like, come to DC, come on down. On the 6th, it's gonna be wild. We're gonna have a wild time. And then the media got all it's crazy. He's threatening violence, blah. Even though Trump never told anybody to get violent at all through this entire damn process, they keep just making up some crazy shit on him. But DC was like, "Oh, Proud Boys are coming here. Oh, we're closing our this street. We're closing this hotel. We're closing that, trying to minimize how many people could show up to this glorious event." And it has caused people to show up early, and they're coming down here on the 5th and today instead of the 6th tomorrow, and it's going to start popping off here shortly. I don't know how they're going to get in there. Temple was saying they're closing down the roads, and it's going to be hard to get equipment and stuff in, and people are going to come in. They arrested the leader of Proud Boys when he first landed in D.C. I mean, granted, I guess he had like weapons with him or whatever, but they were trying to say that he was doing something like racist or whatever, and that man's the left has lost its goddamn mind. I can't wait to see what this is going on. I hope the MAGA party is a complete success. I hope you guys go down there and you exercise your rights and you make it all chaos, and it's going to be glorious. Because DC really needs a wake up call. Uh, I don't. This is just crazy. So are you going? Let me know. We were gonna go, but we said we have to fix the studio. We've had some technical difficulties. That's why we're using the secondary camera here. And so yeah, the camera I normally use for here, I had to bring to the studio. We're setting up, and I'm waiting for a new camera for here. So we had to fix some things up. So we'll be doing that tonight as well as recording instead of driving down there and recording there tomorrow. Because we were thinking about pushing it a day. At some point podcast, me and Ken, but we will not be there tonight. We'll be there in spirit, but we can't be there in person, unfortunately. Life fell through. We can't make it there. All of you beautiful and glorious bastards and magnificent that do make it there, whether you're on the left or the right, please stay safe. Please stay peaceful. Please utilize your rights respectively, and please don't get violent. I know it's probably going to get violent, but I have to ask you not to get violent because America can't afford that right now. We really can't. Go down there, voice your concerns. Hopefully Trump wins, and I mean you can. The most likely scenario is like some Democrats can't show up for a vote because people are blocking them, and Trump wins that way. Pence doesn't choose the slate of electors. There's a couple other things we'll get into. But I just be peaceful, utilize your rights, and defend yourself. In that order. Peaceful, utilize your rights, defend yourself. Peaceful, utilize your rights, defend yourself. That I can't stress that more than I am now. If you're going to this DC MAGA party, and I hope it's a complete success. I wish I could be there in person. I'm definitely going to be there in spirit. We're going to talk about it on the podcast tonight. So that'll be next Monday's podcast, and the one to get released today from last week. We were talking about it. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks. So it is important. Protest that horrendous bill. Protest Biden. Protest the election. Protest your grievances. Utilize your First Amendment rights, and just have a nice time as much as you can. Hopefully you don't get arrested from authoritarian leftist police, but let's be real, you probably are going to get arrested by authoritarian leftist police. So be prepared for that. And Antifa shows up in riot gear because they are prepared for that. It might be time for the right to also show up in uniform, if you catch my drift, being prepared to defend themselves. But they can't stop you from utilizing your rights, and it's illegal if they stop you from utilizing your rights, and you have a right to defend yourself, police, government, or otherwise. So please do that. Don't let them walk all over you. Air your grievances. Join the MAGA party. Even if you're on the left, I know you people don't like Biden. You just think he's the best thing. Still, just air your grievances. Go to the MAGA party and air your grievances. I can't believe you chose this man when he's part of the problem for 45 years. You're supposed to be the champions of like intersectionality and equal justice, right? Well, Harris kept black people in prison and let them get executed and used for slave labor when she knew they were innocent. She sat on evidence because she didn't want to that system they had going because she profited off of it. She helped build the damn like he signed the crime bill and she helped prosecute people. This is one of the biggest issues to the black community that you guys keep talking about, isn't it? So like just show up to the MAGA party, be peaceful, join the MAGA party, air your grievances, and let's get this done. Let's change civil disobedience, prepare to defend ourselves if necessary, and take our rights back. Put the government back in its place. Because the government's he's getting out of control. It's getting too big. It's taking too much power. California's doing independent, like they're talking permanent lockdowns. New York made it legal for the police to come snatch you up and quarantine you off the streets. This cannot be allowed to continue. It's time for the party, and if it's time for the party, I'd rather have a peaceful MAGA party added to the table of big peeps in the government than having a violent revolutionary party killing its opposition and taking things by force. It's never good. We all lose that. We all get divided. We all fight each other. Our enemies come in and take advantage. It's just that's not something America can afford right now. So please consider just airing your grievances. We all have the same problems, and it's all with the government, not each other. It's with the damn government. But we're too busy worried about our differences that we can't band together and fix the government. The government needs to be fixed before we can even address anything. It's like your community can have your abortions and their community cannot have their abortions if we fix the government and it stops trying to like interfere and do things. The only other opposition party we have to deal with is the Antifa communist revolutionary types. But even the left, even Portland's starting to crack down on them. I don't think they're going to last much longer. So, DC MAGA party, are you going? Let me know.